Well, for more on the future of Amazon, I'm joined by David Meyer. He's a portfolio manager at Motley Fool Asset Management. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we're seeing that Amazon is dabbling in a bit of everything at the moment. As we heard, they're newspapers, they're selling a lot of clothes, more than 250 super Walmarts, movies, books, and now there's even talk of a subscription service that might rival Spotify. So of these developments, what are people most excited about?
I think what people are most excited about is Amazon Web Services. And this business is just on fire. It's what Amazon has been able to do is take its leading technologies in computing that it uses to run its Amazon retail business and translate that into something that's available for everybody else. And that business is growing like gangbusters.
Now, another thing that sparked a lot of interest for people was drones and their drone delivery. How do you see that sector developing?
Well, I think it's going to take a long time. There's a lot of hurdles to overcome. However, if there's a company that can do it, it's Amazon. It's Amazon. The other thing is they're pushing fast into quicker deliveries. So to improve the customer experience, faster deliveries, enabling drones to carry smaller packages very quickly to lots of different locations does exactly that, and that means more repeat business in the future.
Now, by going off into all these different directions, is there a possible danger that the company is spreading itself too thin?
There's always a danger that when you're an innovator that you're spreading too thin. However, as a long-term investor, and that's what we are at Motley Fool Asset Management, we actually want to see Amazon making these types of bets. Start small, start with a little bit of capital, see what happens. Failure is not always bad. It can lead to something down the road. And we've seen tremendous success from Amazon's investments in the past. Not all of them will be a success in the future, but the ones that do tend to be really big.
Now, speaking of trying something new, we're seeing that Amazon's going to be advertising during the Super Bowl with its new Echo device. What do you think of that strategy?
We'll see. This is definitely new for the company. I'm very curious to see the creative side of this ad, as Amazon tends to be a little bit stodgy sometimes. So I'm very curious because it's a very interesting product.
Okay, and also shifting gears now into entertainment. We're seeing a lot more original content from Amazon. What developments are sparking your interest?
I'm extremely impressed with the shows that have gone on and starting to win more and more awards. The Mozart show, it's incredible. I think what we're seeing is this is a response to Netflix. Netflix having success with its original content, learning more about the viewership, using the data from the viewership to say, hey, where else can we invest? The same thing is going to be happening at Amazon. As they produce more shows, they gather more data, they can see where else they want to go.
Now, one of the things, you mentioned Netflix, and they were also a contender possibly to maybe get an Oscar, and same thing with Amazon. They had their first fictional film last year, but Hollywood really doesn't seem to be, they don't seem to be buying it, but they seem to get shut out of the Oscars. How can streaming services get a stronger foothold, perhaps, in the film world?
You know, we'll find out. I think one of the things that they can do is continue, as their user base grows, their viewer base grows, get more out on social media, make sure that there's a community, a sense of connection, and maybe that can have an influence on the Oscar judges.
And as we're looking ahead, with obviously so many different offshoots, what's the most exciting thing for you that's coming up next?
Oh, let's see. I think it would have to be the quicker delivery. So Amazon Now, Amazon Same Day. I look forward to that coming to our area, because I know we have lots of packages that come, 1 day, 2 days late. But what if they came in an hour? What if they came in 2 hours? That's a completely different business model, and it's one I think Amazon is going to be very successful with.
And sure to fuel a few shopping addictions. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
David Meyer from Motley Fool Asset Management.